The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.
This is Denise Nostrom, CEO and founder of Diversified Financial Solutions. Now more than ever, investment advice is needed. Not just where best to invest your money, but why. Are you investing for your future retirement? Are you retired and looking to maximize your income? Are you maximizing your income and concerned with leaving money for your loved ones? Are you investing for your retirement at the same time saving for your children's education and at the same time saving to buy another home? Are the markets in line with your goals? Are your goals ever changing? Please contact me at 631-758-8691. That's 631-758-8691. Or visit us at diversifiedfinancial.biz. For over 25 years, I have been helping individuals, families, and business owners navigate through all market conditions with only one goal in mind, my clients. Visit me at diversifiedfinancial.biz or call Denise Nostrom, founder of Diversified Financial Solutions, at 631-758-8691. That's 631-758-8691 for a conversation about my most important client, you. Well, yet another Friday. I don't even know how this is happening. It's just going so quickly, and I don't know, there's no end in sight. But anyway, here we are, and we are just 2 weeks away from Christmas, and Hanukkah actually starts this Sunday. So we have a lot going on. I feel very in disarray at this point. There is just too much happening. And then, not to mention, it's like super cold out. So it's just been horrible. But this week, it's just Zach and me in the studio. We've had some guests, we've had some time off, and we've been all over the place. So, but you're listening to the Financial Chick Show, and I am the Financial Chick. This is Denise Nostrom, and my company's in Medford, Diversified Financial Solutions, and I'm here to help you on your financial journey because things change all the time, and just trying to bring to you different information to kind of help you get through this crazy world that we're living in. But this year is really winding down, and there's really no rest for the weary. Like I said, we're really close to Christmas, and the holiday season is just here. I don't know how you guys are doing. I'm okay, I guess. I've decorated the office, decorated the house. We have a tree. There's not a darn thing on the tree. There's no lights. There's no ornaments. No Christmas cards yet, which is interesting. So I'm seeing a few cards come in. Things are coming in slowly, but I think everybody's in the same headspace. It's just been a very crazy time. But I talked about how cold it is, but, to keep everything positive, that's me. It's actually only 99 days till spring. So I'm just going to bypass winter. I'm not even going to say how many days till that is. But, so there is some good news on the horizon. And I was just saying to Zach, he was saying it's so cold too. And I said, we're in the airport. What do we feel? Let's just get on a plane. There's got to be something going south, and we'll just go. That's kind of the headspace of it. And then I don't have to do any of this Christmas stuff either. So, I mean, I'm here for plans. I'm all about planning, So, but one thing that I'm going to say that's really been a little bit of a bone of contention for me is I know it's a really busy time of the year and everybody's all over the place, but I really wish people would chill out in their vehicles. All I hear about is car accidents lately. I'm going to say each one of us in our family over the past 6 weeks have been hit by somebody. Over, in our vehicles. Fortunately, everybody's okay. But it's everybody that we've had encountered has not been paying attention. And, even last night we were going to an event, and one of my friends, she was running a little bit late because her son got into a car accident. And all you're hearing about is accidents one after another. And it's just too much. I wish everybody would pay attention and just slow down. Like I said, fortunately, everybody's been okay and we're able to walk away. But, there's a lot of people that are just dying uselessly. And it's just not a good thing. Even coming here, it's just everybody's just trying to bear down on you, whether they're trying to go get close to you or cut you off, and nobody's paying attention. They're turning. There's no signals. So everybody just take a deep breath and It'll get done. And if it doesn't get done, like, really, what does it matter? It really doesn't. So one thing that I think everybody should be required to take the driving course. It's an optional course, and people just take it to either get points off their license if they've got a speeding ticket or a parking ticket or whatever the case. We don't even have parking tickets, but speeding ticket, you get points on your license, or to get the 10% car insurance reduction, which is a good part. But I really think it should be taken more seriously. There's a lot of good information. I'm actually due. My 3 years is up, so I have to take it. And I normally take it online, but I think, same with that. You're not being really attentive. But I'm going to take the course in person, and I think it's a good thing. I think you really can kind of synergize with people and learn different things. And like I said, if I was in charge, I think it should be mandatory, because there's so many people that are just driving around like nuts, and it's just really not a good thing. We've got high performance cars, and here the problem too now is that anything that happens with your car costs a lot of money. So it's kind of that snowball effect. So you want to get the car fixed. You're either paying it outright or you're paying it through insurance, and then everybody's insurance goes up. So it's just a mess, and nothing is cheap now. So everything has the technology related to it. So as something, it's not hundreds of dollars anymore. It's thousands of dollars to fix everything, All right. So now that I got that off my chest, it's been a busy week with client meetings and, during the day, and then holiday parties in the evening. Last night we had our first annual party with my women's nonprofit organization, Power of Women Exchanging Resources. We had it at the Meadow Club. We love Kieran. She's one of the owners. Her place is beautiful, and the food and ice cream bar were amazing. Just a really, really good night. I want to congratulate the secretary of the organization, Amy Egan, who won the coveted Most Valuable Power Member of the Year award. So she well deserved. She's an author. She wrote a book, and she's changed jobs, and she's doing really amazing things. So and she we had a secretary step away, and she just stepped in, and she just took the bull by the horns and just made it happen. So definitely well deserved. And in the spirit of giving back, Power of Women Exchanging Resources likes to support other business women and business owners. And so we're giving a grant to Debbie Loesch and Angels of Long Island for all the great work that she does in the community. So I think pretty much everybody does know her, but is a thrift store down on Main Street in Patchogue, and she does amazing stuff, feeds the community. The thrift store, you can buy things there. They have a lot of beautiful things, and that money raised helps families that may have been, God forbid, we had a house around the corner that went on fire, but people like that can, get assistance, get, furniture or whatever, or clothing that they need. So she's really, an amazing person in the community. Unfortunately, she was unable to attend the holiday party, so we will be meeting up with her to present that grant check to her, hopefully over the next couple weeks. So one other thing, as you may or may not know, we give scholarship money to 3 high schools. We're in Patrick, Medford, Sachem, and Bayshore, and we announced last night that we are thrilled to be adding another institution. We are going to be now giving scholarships to BOCES. So they're going to join our scholarship program, which is pretty exciting because, let's face it, it's not all about college. College is very important, but, we need people, especially with the winter. When your heat goes down, you need that person to come in. You need that HVAC person to fix, or if you're in the heat of summer, when your air conditioning goes down, plumbing, heating, electrical, all that kind of stuff, super important. And hairdressers, we need our haircut. There's a lot of different things that are really, really important. So, that's we're really excited to do that. And that's something a little bit cutting edge and different, because I don't think a lot of people do that. So, now again, 2025 has been a challenging year in many ways for many people. I talked to a lot of people throughout the year, throughout the day, throughout the week, and it's been challenging for myself as well. But I'm feeling pretty optimistic about 2026. There's a lot of really good things that are coming through. So, why do I feel optimistic? Well, in the new year, we've got a lot of different changes that the administration has been working on, one of which is, you might have heard, but no tax on tips up to $25,000. There's going to be no tax on overtime up to $12,500. There's going to be a senior Social Security deduction, which is great. I'll talk a little bit. We're almost getting to the break, but a little bit about that. Had some clients in the office, and we'll talk about some strategies on that. There's no tax on American-made car loan interest starting in the new year as well. So just be a little bit careful with that one, because it's got to be American-made. So definitely check all of your check all your bullet points before you actually buy the car, and check with your accountant to make sure that it is deductible. But way back in the day, if you remember, car loans used to be tax deductible, but they're going to be, not all of them, but you can get a car loan that is deductible. The green regulations have been slashed, so lowering car prices by $1,000 to $2,000. We've heard a lot of different things. EVs were the one that were getting all the subsidies and everything like that, and a lot of that has gone away. Not that those cars are bad or that you shouldn't have them, but the thing is that you should be able to have a choice and, make it equalized across the board. So we know that, a lot of people have gone the EV way, but that might be changing in the near future. And one last little bullet point, child tax credit boosted to $2,200 and indexed to inflation. So this is going to put money back in everybody's pocket. So this is a very, very exciting thing. And we're getting to the break, but you're listening to the Financial Chick Show. This is Denise Nostrom, the company's diversified financial solutions. I help you look for financial solutions when you feel like there are none. Feel free to contact me at 631-758-8691. Stay tuned after the break. Welcome back. This is Denise Nostrom, the Financial Chick. My company's in Medford, and you can reach me at 631-758-8691 or visit my website at financialchickshow.com. I'm here to help you on your financial journey. Over the years, things change, and I'm here to help you navigate all of those changes. So for the Facebook crew, we were having technical difficulties, but so we're back on now. Well, we weren't on at all, so we're just on now. We're not back on. But before the break, we were talking about a few things of, like 2025 being a challenging year for many, if not most. I mean, everybody I speak to has just been kind of like, just have a lot on their plates. A lot of things have been happening and going on. And I kind of feel the same way. We've had the same type of situation. But I'm feeling pretty good about 2026. I think we're going to have a resurgence. And I feel it was the year of the snake. I know, like astrology, which doesn't really go with the financial thing, but maybe it does. Who knows? Year of the snake. Snakes are kind of like slippery and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be the year of the horse next year. So horses are beautiful animals. Again, I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent, but I really feel that there's going to be a lot of good things next year. So, like I said, we talked a little bit before the break about some things, and no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, Social Security, senior Social Security deduction, which is going to be a huge benefit to many. Again, the car loan interest not being taxable. Again, check your with your accountant, or check your sticker. Make sure it's American made, because it's just it's only certain cars. Lowering car prices by $1,000 to $2,000. Getting rid of like the EV. Benefits that were here for the past couple of years. And then finally, that child tax credit boosted to $2,200 and indexed to inflation. So, these changes are going to hit, regular Americans. This is not, we hear, the rich are going to get everything, blah, blah, blah. It's really going to be, for the average worker, the middle class. And that's really the people that need the most help. The lower, class or this, they get a lot of benefits. The higher class, they have the money. So it's just that middle that really always gets pressured and squeezed. But a lower cost, higher take-home pay is going to be relief for many families. So I'm excited for that. And we hear a lot about affordability. And, when you think about where we came from, a lot of clients talk about, oh my gosh, they come in, they hear the news and they're like, oh, the market's not doing so well. The market's been great. I mean, the market's been doing very well, and it has gone to all new highs. We pulled back a little bit today, but the market has been unbelievable. But the point is that certain things are going to take a bit of time to happen. When you have inflation go from like 3% up to 9%, and then you have interest rates, or the Fed funds target rate, go from 0.25 to 5.75 because the Fed was not reacting, and the administration just really, or the last administration didn't really have their act together. That was a year and a half of like very high grocery prices, and it's a really interesting thing, with the market and with rates and all that kind of stuff. It's crazy. The rates will go up so quickly, and tax rates or whatever the case is. But to get things down, including food prices, it takes a bit for that to turn the corner. Think of it as like a little like VW Beetle, that could turn the corner really quickly, but like a big 18-wheeler, it takes a long time. So give it time for all of this stuff to kind of go into. The administration's not even, or this current administration has been in less than a year. So, but one thing we have seen is that U.S. drivers are seeing relief at the pumps as national average gas prices fall to $2.99 a gallon, dropping below $3 for the first time in more than 4 years. So they said they were going to do it. They've done it. This decline was last seen in May of 2021. And they're saying that the high of the country is at $4.54 in California. No shocker there. And the lower end is Oklahoma at $2.40. But driving around, I see a lot of regular $2.69 in the area, $2.89. Again, prices that we haven't seen in quite some time. So that's pretty good stuff, One interesting thing as well is that the market. Again, I had clients come in today and, he's like, oh my God, certain stocks are going down, like the tech stocks. And let's just take a quick peek at, what's been going on. So the S&P 500 this year is up 18.2%. The Dow Jones is up 14.6%. The NASDAQ is up 22.8%. Foreign or international stocks are up 29%, and emerging markets are up 32.3%. And this is all through last Friday. So the average market, if you get anywhere between 5 and 7%, you kiss the ground and you say, thank you, Lord. This has been a great market cycle. But here, we're really exceeding. So like I was talking to a client, he's like, oh, wow, the stock was down, X amount. I said, but if you were at 22% and let's just say the market was down 10%, you're still up 12%, which is much better than the average. Not to say we don't want to give up those gains, and I think I've been talking about this the past couple of weeks on the show, is that, we want to do that rebalancing. If you have things like, I was going over a report with a client today, one of his accounts, one mutual fund was up 109%. It was more of like a gold fund. Now, that is like beyond crazy, right? So when I see that, I say, my gosh, we got to take some of that money off and put it into something that's cheaper. Most of the clients go, oh my God, I want to put more money in that. That is not what you want to do. That's not a good plan. So we definitely see a transition happening right now. The big news today was that, oh wow, what's going to happen? AI is it a bubble? And, what's going to go on? Yes, a lot of the growth has been based on this AI, and a very interesting little snippet is that ChatGPT turns 3 years old. It was last Sunday on November 30th. It marked the third anniversary of the launch of ChatGPT. Since then, the NASDAQ, which is mostly tech issues, has rallied 111.5% for its biggest 3-year gain since early 2022. So that is insane numbers. So people are making money, but don't get lulled into complacency and think that this is going to continue to happen, because it's not. Now, the talking heads are saying, oh, is the stock market overbought? Is it too like too much, the prices are too high and all of that kind of stuff. Now, yes, in certain categories, for sure. In other categories, not so much. So, for example, now, of course, we talk stocks, bonds, all of that kind of stuff, but I've been encountering this week a couple of clients that, maybe starting their RMDs or maybe, had some type of bonus or changing jobs and making some more money or whatever. Again, all favorable stuff. So I'm seeing some good things out there with clients coming in. But, everybody's been enamored with CDs. So with the CDs that they have, they're trying to reduce or limit their income. So we had a strategy with one of the clients that, if you're having, $200,000, say at 4%, and, you're getting the interest on that money. Now you have to actually give up some of that money based on your taxes. So what we've been utilizing is taking, especially if you have a big cash reserve, we always want to make sure you have a good fallback on your cash reserve if you're going to buy a house or whatever the case may be. But, if you're sitting, this couple was in excess of $300,000 in cash, taking a portion of that and now putting it into something that you don't have to pay federal or state taxes. Now, this is not a blanket, like everybody run out and do this right now, but it's a good option for people that have set their retirement. They have, this couple has pensions, and so they have their baseline money. So if you need growth, this may not be the best option for you. But if you have a situation where you have a tax problem, you can look at investments that are going to be federally in tax. And if you live in the boroughs, it could be a city tax-free too. So there's different options. And so it's not just, what's the best investment? It's really like what I do is what is the best investment based on my situation? We dig down deep into their entire portfolio and their entire income and their taxes to make sure that what they're doing is maximizing. We all work hard for our money and we want to keep as much of it as we can. Now we know we got to pay taxes to let the country roll, but we don't want to pay too much, right? So it's all about making sure that we maximize. And I can't believe we're just almost done again. This show just goes very, very quickly. Still have so much more to talk about, but we're going to have to wrap it up. But next week, we're going to try to talk a little bit about, some of the changes next year. And, the government just keeps making things more complicated, which is really why you want to work with a financial advisor. So we're on top of all of that stuff. And there's been polls that said that 74% of American millionaires in America work with financial advisors compared to just 34% of the general public. So work with a financial advisor. But thank you for tuning in today. Remember to do better and be better. Take care for now, and I look forward to being with you again next Friday. And may the stock market be with you.
Advisory services offered through Blackridge Asset Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Securities are offered through Peak Brokerage Services, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC. Blackridge Asset Management and Diversified Financial Solutions are separate and independent entities from Peak Brokerage Services.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.